me crazy.
I guess. Seems really, doesn't it?
Absolutely. One of the most famous bands to emanate from the 70s era of rock and roll mania was the British group Yes, whose popularity has withstood this test of time, obviously, spanning 17 albums over 25 years. Two of the original members of Yes have flown over from England to talk about their latest recording, and here they are, Steve Howe and Bill Bruford.
Sorry, we smell like cabbage.
There's a lot of cooking going on here.
When's the invitation? I can't wait.
Now, I stress the word original because there have been many variations, and...
Oh, there's been an incredible amount of different lineups. I think in all there's been about 14 different people in Yes, at least 12, and I think more recently there's been other people.
You two have always stayed with
I was since 1970, and Bill's...
No, I started with the group, but dipped out for a little kind of 18-year break, and been
18-year break? What did we do for 18 years?
I would play in other bands. Lots of other bands, lots of other different styles of music.
Because you want to be creative.
Indeed, sir. Tried to, push forward, that sort of thing.
And I love the name. Yes!
Well, you can't buy a name better than that. I mean,
yes, absolutely. Very positive.
Yeah.
And did you come up with that name?
No, I didn't. No, I don't know quite. Was it Peter Banks?
Yeah, there's always one of those awful, what are we going to do with this? What should we call it? And yeah, I think there was Peter Banks came up with that.
Short names are good for groups.
Oh, absolutely.
That's,
it was the time of the Who, the Nice, other bands like that.
Very exciting time, wasn't it, musically?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, was it as crazy as we hear? I mean, we were alive then, but...
I wasn't.
But when you weren't a part of the scene and you just read about the scene or heard about the scene, it seemed like, how did any of you survive it?
There were some great facets about it. One was that all the groups had total musical freedom, and there was...
From the record companies, you mean?
Yeah, and, the group provided direction. It wasn't conjured up by A&R people. And
or a producer that came in and tried to make you something.
Yeah, the industry was expanding, 30% a year type thing. It was a growth industry. Everybody in London had a recording contract. It was no problem getting one. It was an optimistic time, whatever you want. We were indulged and spoiled rotten.
Were you?
So things are pretty much the opposite now.
And you can see by the album covers that you guys haven't changed at all.
Well, Roger Dean's done a lot of great logos. And
there is sort of a dark side to these albums, at least the covers and so on.
That one, Show Fragile, because that's the first
sleeve. Oh, is this the very first one?
No, that's the first sleeve that Roger Dean did, and his logo and his script became very much a part of the group's image.
You got a big fan over here.
Steve, look right over here. Is that another album?
Well, in 1990, we did Anderson, Bruford, Wakeman, Howe, which is... Anderson, Bruford, Wakeman, Howe was a kind of breakaway idea from Yes. As we don't use the name Yes, that's specifically for certain people at certain times who were in the group, and at that time we weren't, and that's the group that we put together, Anderson, Bruford, Wakeman, Howe. It's quite a mouthful. It wasn't as easy as...
Yes, it's easy. Yes.
So now the whole group comes back and you work with the London Philharmonic Orchestra.
Well, let's clarify that. It's 3 original members, John Anderson and Bill Bruford and myself, with the London Philharmonic Orchestra. So it really was terrific, exciting.
What a sound that must be on your new CD, right?
That's right.
Good. All right, when we come back, Steve and Bill are going to perform for us. Yes. Let's hear it.